touchdown throw to Deebo, did you intentionally try to get it over the guy? How?
Yeah, I mean, I saw him driving on it, so I just didn't want to throw the interception. Kind of gave it a either Deebo will get it or no one will, and that's about all I did on the play. And Deebo did the rest, man. He's fun, man. He's fun to watch. It's awesome having a guy like that.
Been looking for some sense of rhythm or whatever you want to call it for a while, like you have been. How much does a play like that kind of give you a sigh of relief of like, okay, we can do this, and that's our guy?
Yeah, I mean, you almost know Debo's going to have one or two of those in the game. You know, you don't want to bank on it, but you almost can. And no, it wasn't so much about rhythm. I thought, honestly, I thought it was third down. Really put us in a good spot compared to last week. Just when you're successful like that, it allows the run game to get going and just allows you to open up the playbook a little more.
Did you feel better in this game than the last game, just throwing the ball?
Yeah, I think every week I'll just keep feeling better and better. The shoulders just it's tough during the season to get it right, but it's we got a long season ahead of us. So hopefully every week it'll get better and better.
This was a long week. Did it feel longer than usual because of that game at Denver?
Hell yeah. Yeah, it was but when you go through a tough week like that, it makes this feel a lot better at the end. So we've been in this situation before, just it's a roller coaster this season. And you just got to ride the highs and lows and kind of stay right in the middle as much as you can, and that's how you get success in the end. You go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
A win like this against the defending Super Bowl champion, division rival, what kind of momentum does it give you guys moving forward? I know it's only week 4, but this was kind of a big game.
Yeah, no, all of them are big, especially after last week. It's always nice to beat these guys division game, and just I don't know. Every time we play the Rams, it's a dogfight. It always is, and always usually comes down to the last couple minutes. And I think Huff made a huge play for us at the end there to kind of seal it for us.
In a game that's that close, how cognizant of the fact that one interception, one mistake could lose the whole thing?
Oh yeah, I mean that's any game really. You always kind of as a quarterback have that in the back of your mind, and you don't want to be that reason for the team, whatever losing or whatever. But yeah, I mean that's football. I don't know, that's part of the job, I guess.
Football sometimes isn't necessarily the big strike and everything. It's like you said, it's not turning it over. I mean, as much as they threw the ball, they're the ones that turned it over. Do you have to draw a line between, all right, I still want to be aggressive and get this guy the ball, but I also don't want to turn it over?
Hell yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the fine line you play, and that's just being the quarterback. You got a lot of responsibility. I think whoever has the ball in their hand has the responsibility of the entire organization, at your fingertips, and you just got to be smart with it. I think comes with experience, comes with putting in the time with the guys and just being on the same page. But yeah, it's just part of the job.
As much chatter as there is about Deebo as a running back, how you guys have used him, does tonight sort of show just a quick pass like that in space is probably where he's at his best?
I mean, get the ball in his hands, let him get some space, and some good things are going to happen. Guys were blocking for him tonight. Those screens, the line got out, and saw the tight ends make a couple pancakes. Line, I mean, they played great all night. Pass game, run game, screen game. It was fun. It was good.
This is 7 straight regular season victories over the Rams, which just seems pretty important. Obviously, there was another important game that wasn't a win, but how important is it to you that you guys can know you can beat the Rams?
It's important. I don't know if you ever know that. You like to have the confidence that you can beat them, but like I said, I mean, we've had some dogfights against these guys. That's a good football team, and you'll give them credit. That D line, that's a hell of a D line, and our guys stood up to them, and I thought they played really well. Dealt with some injuries and stuff up front, and guys just kept coming.
Did you have some stuff going on physically in the third quarter? It looked like you were just not feeling right on the sideline.
No, feeling good. Yeah, just trying to stay loose.
You had a 3rd and 2 scramble for a first down. Is there any trepidation at all about that play because of what happened to Trey?
I mean, you just got to be smart. It's kind of like I was saying about the decision-making stuff. It's part of football. Everyone goes through the injuries, and you never want to see it happen. But, yeah, it's just you got to be smart when you get into the open field. It's not really my strong suit, I would say, so I try to get down quickly, and, yeah.
The championship game was 8 months ago, but I know that left a bitter taste in everybody's mouth. Did they give you a little extra juice this evening?
Yes. I mean, just watching that film, you feel the emotions. Bosa was actually talking about it the other day, and just watching the film, it's silent, but you could, take yourself back to that spot and put yourself in that emotional state you were in, and I think that's good for competitors. I really do, and I think after last week, too, gave us a little motivation.
You've been through this so many times. like you did last week, and then afterwards you're smiling when you shouldn't be smiling, and you're people are reading your lips, and does that stuff just totally roll off your back? Do you even pay any mind to it at all at this point in your career?
I mean, not really. If I'm being completely honest, I don't know. I get a kick out of it. It's kind of funny. There's things like that you're always going to be criticized. That's just the position you're in as a quarterback, as a professional athlete, and you just got to roll with the punches. You're not here for long, so you got to make it count when you can.
One more. Recall, I don't know what the cameras caught, but you recall specifically praising one of Kyle Shanahan's play calls tonight.
What did I do?
Specifically praising one of Kyle Shanahan's play calls tonight.
I'm sure I'll see it on Twitter or something if I look. But did they really get that? Is that real? Oh, all right, yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Side for you since you've been here, how good can this group be from your vantage point, and how much confidence does it give you in offense to know?
So much. I mean, it was honestly a point. I think it was 14-9, and it's not that we relaxed on offense, but you feel confident in the guys on defense. Those guys, I don't watch much of it, but the couple plays that I do see, it's hell for the quarterback, and that's tough. So I love having them on my side. Hate going against them in practice, but it makes us better. So yeah, it's a good group over there. They're tough. All right, thanks, guys.
My eyes, the dude just missed the ball, and my mentality of it's just me and the ball out there, and what happened after that is just something I just work on all the time, and just got in the box.
All your teammates were out there blocking for you in front of it. Did you see that all happening as it was?
Oh yeah, of course. The last one I seen, of course, it came from the room. BA with the pancake right when I'm at the end zone.
Facing the Rams tonight, such a big game where you think of I got to make a big play this game, or do you think that every play, every game?
Every time I get a chance to get the ball in my hands, that's just my mentality of trying to make it a big play. But it's just second nature to me right now.
Why does it happen so often against the Rams for you, then?
I don't know. That's a good question. It just happened, to be honest with you.
Did you know that was Jalen in the open field in front of you?
Yeah, I don't know what he was doing out there. I just went right by him. He was just backpedaling. I was like, what's going on?
How would you describe that play? And when you first caught it, could you sense? I mean, the guy was going up with you.
I seen him from the corner of my eyes, him going up. But like I just mentioned, this is me and the ball out there, and just go out there and breaking tackles is something I do all the time.
The championship game was 8 months ago, but did that give you just a little extra juice today?
Oh, of course. We knew we fell short last year, and we got to stack wins. One of the things we was focused on all week long was getting back to moving the ball, running the ball, and converting on third down, and we was flying on all cylinders today. Defense left 3 picks out there. You see me give Fred a hard time by the one he just dropped, and special teams did a good job, too.
You played some running back, a little bit of everything, but is there still anything like catching a pass and being in an open field?
I just see it as the same thing. With the ball in my hands, I treat everything like a run. Whether if I catch it, I still treat it like a run.
What do you think about Wagner's pink cloud hit?
Say it again?
Wagner's pink cloud hit.
Oh, man. I ain't paid too much attention to it. Next play.
It seemed like he was in a better rhythm. What did you feel from him?
With him, we having 2 weeks under his belt, I knew Jimmy would come out there and just be the Jimmy that we know. Even though we missed a few, we still got work to do. He did a good job today on third down as well.
Pick six.
Man, just a blessing. First and foremost, just thank God. Just going out there have fun. But we're just man coverage, locked up with the tight end, and then, they just been running screens all night. So, I just kind of saw a different release than I'm used to, and I just, instead of really going and following my man, I just turned my head and ball kind of dropped in my face. I ain't gonna lie. So, thought Stafford was gonna catch me. I ain't gonna lie. My 40 time doesn't help when it comes to that. So, but definitely, just very grateful. Just go out there with my guys and have fun. So.
Release, would you see that was different?
Screens are just, you can kind of smell a rat when it comes to those things. Just kind of very quick to the flat. They've been doing it all night, again, trying to get cup. And I think they were just trying to get back on track, just trying to get things going. But just guys are just swarming. Defense is just playing lights out. I think we held them to 3 field goals, if I'm not mistaken. So just going out there and having fun and just do your 111.
What's going through your mind? didn't exactly catch it clean. What's going through your mind as you're trying to secure it there?
Honestly, I think I read it too fast. Almost like I think I should have been a little bit more patient, maybe a little bit more secure to catch. Had a couple of those plays in college actually, where I made the tackle on the play. So it's kind of like I think I just read it too quick. But it's kind of similar to what Jimmy had last year actually. So screen, pick, and he took it to the house as well, same sideline. So watch my film, I guess.
Shannon said that your confidence on the field is unusual for a second-year player. What is it about this team that allows you to be confident, or you as a player that you're so confident?
Honestly, confidence is still building. I couldn't tell you that each player on the team is fully confident. They keep you build it every game that you're in. All the way until it's your last snap and your last game ever. But where I'm very fortunate, and I'm not trying to get all emotional and stuff, but I'm very fortunate to just have the staff. This organization is just a blessing to me. The guys on my team and on the sidelines, they continue to support me. And Coach Kyle, he's just giving me a lot of confidence to go out there. So, he says it in the meetings. I'm a young guy. I'm only 22, so I'm just got to keep going. You're never satisfied and never get complacent, for sure.
That being said, what was the emotions, coming through for your team in a close game? Really, it was a one-possession game before your pick six. So.
Honestly, we just got to go out there, and when you do your job, I think that's something that I've learned this offseason. You want to be results-driven. Everybody's results-driven. We got to get an interception, got to get a TFL. But being around Troy it's just been a blessing because he sees it from a very different perspective. When you really look at each play and you just do your job on each play, things will be great. Things will happen whether you set somebody else up for an interception, set somebody else for a sack, and if we have great coverage in the back end, we can let our front end and Bosa and Sanson, all those guys, they can just hunt the quarterback. And so we just had a great time out there and just have fun and just bring the energy for sure.
How many times did they do that concept or that play that you got the pick on?
Well, they set it up different ways. It's not just two. I think it was 2x2 in that set. Different times they'll go 3x1, put Cup at 1, Cup at 2. They set it up. They just kind of setting up how the offense wants to flow throughout the game. I think it's a good drive starter for them as well. So they're just trying to get a few yards just to kind of get momentum going. Whether they want to quick count us and do all those things, but you just have to have great eyes. If you go out there and if you trigger and have no hesitation, you can really make those plays for sure.
And then, when you saw Deebo's touchdown, were you thinking that play could be coming from the other side soon? It's basically the same play, wasn't it?
I guess so, man. Deebo, what, did he take one of those to the house? I think. Yeah. One of those, right? Yeah. Did he take it to the crib? All I know is I was on the sideline making adjustments, so I didn't see. I apologize.
Couple more.
What was D'Amico Ryan's message this week to the defense overall? What you guys want to get accomplished and how you're going to do it?
Well, we knew it was going to be an ice bag game. I hear this word. I never heard that word until I got here, honestly. I love the word, actually, because it's cool. But every time we play these guys, it's a physical matchup. And so for us as a defense, we want to be the rock. We want to be solid on defense, and we want to stand our ground and just go out there and swarm. When you swarm around the ball and the guys are just flying around, it just makes football so much more fun. So it's a blessing just to be on this defense and be a part of it. Whether I'm on the sideline cheering on my guys, I just want to do my job and everything I can. So D'Amico is a heck of a coach and a heck of a person as well.
Get for two of the highest ranked safeties right now in the league. What has he been like for you in this short time, and what are you going to look like when Jimmy comes back?
Both great safeties. First off, honestly, Gip just got here about, I think, a month and maybe 5 weeks. In his first weekend, I was like, man, this guy has such a knack for the ball, a knack for the game. And I'm so young, and I got a knack for just bringing energy. And so I kind of always think, like, when he brings the knowledge and I can bring the energy and we just go out there and just have fun, I think it's year 11 for him, I believe. And he's just going out there playing like he's 22, and he's like 23 and just having a great time. So it's contagious, and we just feed off each other, and it's just been a pleasure just being right by his side as well. So.
Were you tonight with D'Amico Ryan's play calling? It seemed like he called pressures at all the right times, and they were effective.
Man, he was just – I ain't gonna lie, it was a sweet. It's awesome just being a back end and have a guy like D'Amico just call things up. Sometimes you just, as a safety, you don't know what he's gonna call. Whether he wants you to be more patient, whether he wants you to be a little bit more aggressive. But I think it was just outstanding. I think we just knew what we had to do when we got into the red zone. I think that's where we really kind of want to clean up areas and make sure we don't want to give up points. 3 points is cool, but if at the end of the day, if we can just hold them to 0, we can go back in this film and just relook at it, but definitely just great play calling for sure.
All right, guys, that's it.
Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. Go Niners.
Fred, what was it about you guys getting pick sixes against the Rams here?
Man, down that left sideline, just every time. I don't know. Man, did we need that? I knew even like in that series, I kind of had a feeling like, it was kind of that time of the game where one was bound to happen at some point. And, who, of course, Huff, of all people, to get that. I mean, he deserves it, man. He's playing out of his mind, and that was a huge big-time play in a big-time moment.
When did you realize that Huff could be such an impact player?
I mean, he was already one last year, honestly. He just didn't have as big a role as he has this year. He was all over the place, and you could see, moments where he was just a guy. We knew he was a player all along, and now he's really just taken a hold of his role and ran away with it.
You and Nick Bosa both said last week, yeah, we're playing good statistically on defense, but a great defense takes the ball away. That's the difference tonight.
That was the difference, yeah. I think it was a tight game all the way through. We had played decent defense and held them out of the end zone, but we knew that in order to take it, and to win the game, we had to get the ball, and we did.
But what was the plan against Cooper? I mean, he got his touches, but not a whole lot of explosive plays from him today.
Yeah, we knew that they wanted to get the ball in his hands, and like you mentioned, and they did. It's hard not to hard to just completely stop him from catching the ball, but we holding them out of the end zone, that was big time for us when they did get down there in the red. When your defense is putting the games together like you have over 4 weeks, how much does that snowball, and what kind of can you bounce off each other in terms of confidence? Yeah, it's just every week is just stacking days, honestly. If you watch the way we practice, you wouldn't be surprised with how we perform in games. It's a product of our preparation and the preparation that our coaches put together, the game plan they put together every week. Starting with D'Amico and then trickling all the way down to us, just executing the game plan. So, we keep playing our style, keep executing. We're going to like the result.
What is it about the Rams that usually, like in the regular season, brings out the best in you guys?
I don't know. I guess it's always just such a tight matchup. We run similar schemes on offense, and on both sides have great players. It comes down to just a physical battle all the way through. You see, it's never really like a blowout. It's always like a tight game, and it just comes down to one or two plays. And that turnover battle, it speaks volumes every time. You see, us taking the ball away was huge in us winning the game.
You guys are perfect against NFC West teams, especially after a tough loss last week. Is this a little bit of a relief, even though it's pretty early in the season?
We don't worry about that. It's every week is its own week, and we don't really pay too much attention to what's being said outside of the building. We keep our heads down and keep working.
Fred Staff is obviously a great quarterback, but partially because he makes great throws, but he takes chances. Do you guys talk about there are going to be opportunities for us to make some plays on defense? He's going to throw some balls for us.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what makes him great is his ability to take those chances, honestly, and deliver the football where it needs to be. And I think it doesn't really matter who we're playing. We know we're going to have opportunities in the game. We just got to make the most of them. We had plenty of opportunities besides the Huff interception, me included, to take it away too. So every week we're constantly trying to find a way.
What was your view of Deebo's touchdown, and how does that ignite a team?
Yeah, I think he had a few long runs. I came in. Every time he touches the ball, I feel like all of us on the sideline, we're just kind of holding our breath. We're waiting for him to kind of bust one open and score one. So there's something about Deebo against those Rams, just really, just a heck of a player. Big time games, he always comes to play.
Kyle talked about the way that D'Amico Ryans mixed things up today, and what a great job he did.
Mm-hmm.
Was it more mixed up than usual, or was this just your normal game of defense? Because this is a team that knows you.
Yeah.
So it's got to be tougher to fool them.
Yeah, no, I think, to me, I think D'Amico does a great job every game. I think early on you could tell that he was trying to call different things to see what would work, what was working, see kind of feel out what their offense was trying to run against us in those first 15 plays. And, we tried to heat them up where we could, and they was trying to go quick tempo, him getting the calls out to me and us kind of all being on the same page and executing it. It worked really well. And then when they did get their plays and get down in the red, we kept them out of the end zone. That was big time.
Is them losing their center part of you guys blitzing more? Is that something that you guys discuss as part of the game? adjustment?
I'm not quite sure if that was probably the reason. I think we just honestly needed to get Stafford off his tilt. Like, you know, if he's comfortable back there in the pocket, we know he'll, you know, find his reads and get the ball where it needs to be. So kind of making him uncomfortable would be in our advantage.
One more. Relatively clean game for you guys penalty-wise. Obviously, you had that legal contact, which was questionable at best. But what do you make of your guys' performance penalty-wise?
Yeah, like you mentioned, pretty clean. Some things to clean up, but overall pretty good. All right, guys. Appreciate it.
Well, you guys, defense line is pretty good, but they're probably had a sense their offensive line was also coming in pretty beat up and then had some more injuries. Do you have an early sense in a game like that you all just collectively could be in for a pretty big night?
Yeah, we always want that big night, 6 sacks, but we kind of try to just focus on effort and doing our job and executing our assignments, and nights like that just come with it.
Like you and Fred both last
60
week.
line, right? Yeah.
You and Fred both last week, I believe, were saying that, yeah, we've had good stats and everything, but a great defense takes the ball away. That's the difference tonight?
Yeah, at halftime we knew that it was going to take a big play like that, and no better time. I think it was the fourth quarter for Huff to make that play, and yeah, we just try and reiterate that over and over and over again because that's how you win games.
How much did Huff's play remind you of Fred in 2019 against the Rams?
It did a lot. I was going to go clear the way for him, but I was a little tired, so.
You've been a part of some good defenses since you've been here. I know it's just 4 weeks, but what is the ceiling for this defense?
I think it's best in the league. That's kind of our mindset every year, and this year we have the personnel to do it. Not that we haven't in the past, but just all 3 levels is elite players. I think the addition of Charvarius and Huff starting to play at this level, and obviously we're going to get Jimmy and Verrett back, which is pretty scary. And then the depth on the D-line, guys like Hassan and Charles and Sampson's coming on. I think he's playing his best ball of his career. So it's a group effort.
You was saying that you wrote the NFC Championship game subject to the guys during the film. What was the main message there?
It was just I just watched it for the first time this week and watched how our effort was at a different level. And it's hard to kind of recreate that playoff effort in a regular season game. And no matter how hard you try, it seems like the playoffs just brings it out of you. But I think with the effort tonight, playing this team, we were able to kind of bring that out.
What kind of momentum does this win give you guys moving forward? Super Bowl, defending champions, division rival?
Yeah, a lot of momentum. We really wanted this one, and we're going on an away trip for a couple weeks, so it would have been a lot tougher to start that away trip and stay in West Virginia for a week if we weren't 2-2.
That makes Huff so effective out there.
I think he's just really smart. He's an incredible blitzer. He could do pretty much anything on the field. I think he trains with Troy Polamalu throughout the offseason, so that can't hurt. And, yeah, I think just his mind is his biggest asset.
And if you lead the league in sacks, do you feel like it's just, everything's kind of coming together for you right now?
A little bit. I think I'm still leaving a few out there, but one game at a time, and when you have a lot of guys around you who are producing, it's a lot easier on you.
Takes a lot of chances and makes great throws, but those chances give you guys opportunities, man, that defensive ends. Do you go into a game knowing you're going to have opportunities for some takeaways?
I think every game, yeah. Obviously, some more than others, but yeah, we're trying to get them every game. Thanks.